Welcome, everybody. Okay, no, for real, guys, I'm just gonna come clean. I absolutely did a false start like 2 minutes ago. I thought that the intro was going. I thought we were going live. I talked for about a minute. I waxed lyrical about the new Call of Duty and the guns and the and Dow buying the new thing. But no, I absolutely false started. I absolutely bottled it like Staffy TV does all the time. Like I bottle it like Staffy does. But we're here now. We're good. American Idiots, episode 36, featuring my man right here, Matt, the Southern Gooner, the professor of truth, the preacher of absolute absolute truth.
Yeah.
My guy Matt, the Southern Gooner, is here. Matt, how you doing, brother? You good?
Brother, I appreciate those kind words there, my friend. It's always good to be with my two OGs, man. You know, we're here. Long week, but we made it, man. If you know, you know. But we're here, brother. Glad to be here, man.
No, absolutely. And then of course I got my co-host with the most, Dal. How you doing, man? You good? How are things up in the Pacific Northwest?
Well, went out this window right now. It's a little cloudy, but a little sunny out at the same time. It's probably about 60 degrees. Can't complain, man. Can't complain. Just glad I got the day off today. Shout out to all the veterans. Veterans Day.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all of them overseas. Just enjoying the Friday. Just kicking it.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Yeah, I had an audition earlier today. Apparently, on my freaking WhatsApp has been absolutely blowing up today, and I have not checked one message. I had an audition today, so I completely missed it, and so I'm gonna have to go back and check it. But yeah, no, it's been a wild and crazy day today on my side of things. Again, I want to echo what you said. Thank you to all the veterans. I think there are a couple of veterans on YouTube, but one of them that I do want to call out. The Kansas snack, TJ. Thank you, Carl. Sorry, that was hilarious. The one person that I do want to shout out, who I know is a veteran on YouTube, and if I miss you, please feel free to shout it out, and we will highlight it. But Will Stewart over on Tottenham Away did serve, so big up Will Stewart every single time. So yeah, Staffy, why are you not modded? The fact that you have to ask that is the answer to your question, bro. That's the only I'll mod you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I'm gonna mod you every single time if you're asking me for things. Because I was told that I was told by Judge Mo. You guys know Judge Mo? Yeah. I was told by Judge Mo that I am a subsidiary of Staffy TV. There's just like TJ Warren and Jacob from Staffy TV. I'm like, what? Excuse me? Well, I am my own guy. Right. TJ Warren TV is TJ Warren TV. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Sorry. If the ego's showing a little bit here, I don't care.
Here's the thing, TJ. I mean, I think part of it is I think we're more under, I wouldn't say under anyone's umbrella, but we roll with the Sarcasm City TV boys.
We roll with the Sarcasm City TV boys, and you know that we are we are generals in the Rat Army. So don't you freaking worry about that.
Shout out Lee.
Shout out Lee Gunner every single. Yeah, shout out Lee Gunner every single time. This channel would not exist without Lee Gunner.
Bastard.
Yep. All right. Nope. There we go. We got Staffy. You're modded up, my friend. You are modded up. All right, guys. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to brass tacks because we have a lot to talk about, and I really don't want to get into the predictions because then we have to go over the predictions of last week, which is easily the worst prediction week we've ever had. Ever. So many unpredicted results. So many shockers from last week, including the club that we support. But I want to get into Mikel Arteta. We have to talk about him. We have to, because I think, and I'm gonna lay this out there, and then I'm gonna let you two go off because you two are the big Mikel Arteta outers, and I'm still getting splinters on the fence here. But he knocked me over to one side of the fence a little bit too much this week. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Newcastle. I want to bring up the Newcastle, the post Newcastle presser, where he went out and basically said it's a disgrace. The referees are a disgrace. Managing in England is extremely hard because of the results and because of how the refs manage things. I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to let you guys go. The fact that you are saying that after losing 1-0 to Newcastle away, which is a tough ground, I will give you that. It's a tough team, tough ground. Champions League, they're very, very good. They're a good side, but you cannot complain about the refs. And I'm sorry if you guys have heard this one before. If you only got one shot on target after 14 shots in the game, one on target, that means that you couldn't hit water if you fell out of a boat, get in the broadside of a barn, enter in any metaphor that you want. So I thought it was shameful the way that this manager represented not only the club, but himself. Like, we know at this point, you're ignorant if you are not aware of the fact that the refereeing in this league is shambolic. That's a given. Right. So go out there and have your team perform to the point where that is not even a fucking discussion. That's my point. So I'm going to give it over to Matt because he has that look in his eye. But big up everybody inside. Make sure you're smashing the likes. And Matt, take it away, man. Take it away.
Well,
what do you think?
I'm going to share my screen right quick. Just give you an idea,
it, bro. Yep.
If you just look at this. This is what I got today from my video yesterday. This is the typical Arsenal reactionary fan. This is I'm gonna start calling this Arteta insecurity. This is it right here. My man Kurtz says, if you can't back the manager, then you don't deserve to support this great football club. You never praise the team, the manager, or the club. Perhaps you listen too much to that Lee fool, and you think it's perfectly acceptable to constantly abuse our great team. Now that's the typical reactionary insecurity of the Arteta superfan, right there.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't get any plainer than that. This manager should be removed. He should be out of this football club. It's over. It's over. We ran out of another cup competition last week. Well, week before last. We played Sevilla this week, and you would have thought we beat 2008 Bayern Munich. That team on Wednesday night had one shot on goal. They fielded a team
in the injury time, by the way. In
injury time, yeah. That one shot came in injury time, and that team fielded ragtags from the ghettos of Sevilla. And we're running around here. Everybody's, oh man, we're back to winning ways. Oh yeah, But what has happened every time we do this? What happens? We end up going right back into a league game, and we get turned over or we embarrass ourselves. It's been this pattern all year long. All year long. What's up, Jess? All year long. We tomorrow, if you came to me and asked me, are you guaranteeing a win? I'm just gonna tell you I don't know. With this team for the rest of the year, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know. We might win, we might lose. Teams that we should be beating, we're not beating. But we have literally come back into this year with the same run of form coming off the back end of last year. The manager has still not rectified the situation. This is the fourth game running. He wants to play Havertz and Jorginho. 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 Does not work, but he's going to play Havertz and Jorginho because he has a point to prove. And me and Jess discussed this yesterday on my channel. Do people really think? Do we trust this man to go out in January and go to the grocery store again? After what he did last January, we were calling out for quality, and he shows up with Jorginho and Kivior. That's what we got. That's what we got now. And we what?
Don't forget Cedric, by the way. Cedric's ready to come in.
Yeah, it's Cedric. And now look here. Now you see, we were leading. We were leading last year in the table. This year we're coming up the back end.
Right.
And I know people are gonna go to jumping the gun. Spurs, oh man, Madison's out. Oh man, is it gonna go crazy? I told Jay yesterday I wouldn't be surprised if they go in for Tony as well.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if they put some money on the table for Tony. Tony's going to have his pick of the lot of where he wants to go.
Facts.
Yep.
He can decide on where he wants to go. And now we're expecting Edu, who I saw today or yesterday, is in for another Brazilian, out looking for another Brazilian. And he's looking for a low-end Brazilian. Then I hear with Douglas Costa from over there West. What Douglas Luiz?
Douglas Luiz.
Yeah,
Douglas
I'm thinking
Luiz.
about Shakhtar. Douglas Luiz. He's in for him. Why don't Arsenal get linked with the highest of high Brazilians? Why do we always get? Appreciate it, TJ. Why do we get the low end Brazilians? I hadn't heard us linked to Vitor Roque. I hadn't heard us linked to any of the top players over in the Brazilian. He goes and get low end. And I want to remind y'all, he didn't get Martinelli. He didn't find Martinelli. That's not his doing.
Marquinhos.
He got Marquinhos, who is yet to play 20 games for this football club and has been here for 2 years.
If that, I think he's only played. I think how many appearances has he made for us?
Maybe 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, maybe
6.
Maybe.
We have sat right here this year and have not brought anything different to the table. We're still relying on Eddie Nketiah. We're overplaying soccer. Martinelli's taking a step back. Partey stays hurt. Declan Rice is coming around looking, and he's looking like, what am I signed up for?
True.
It's like working a job. They're giving you a benefit. They say, hey, man, we're going to give you 120,000, 401k, match stock options, and everything else in between. And then you get there and you find out you're making 65,000. You got insurance up to a certain amount. You're going to be working overtime the next 2 weeks. And then you got to put 8 weeks in the hole before you get a check. That's how it looks to him. He showed up. He's wondering, what the hell have I walked into? I watched the game the last several games. He's running around. He's all over the place. He's all the way up the pitch because he's got to make up for Jorginho and Havertz. He's got to clean up that. Plus defend. It's a miracle he stayed healthy this long.
That's actually true.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
It's a miracle. And I told Lee this, and I told Jess this last night, is that he will be the first to turn on Arteta when it's time. He will be the first. He will be the first. And guess who his best friend? Guess who happens to be his best friend on the team, by the way?
Soccer.
Trossard, who will probably turn as well. I think that there are players in this team that are looking around, they're talking among themselves, and they're saying this man doesn't have a clue. For some of these guys, this is year 3. You don't think if we talking about it, they're talking about it. They're sitting around, hey man, but does he know? Because see, when you get to a situation where you're challenging for a title like that last year, and you turn around and you blow it, you don't think these guys are sitting around drinking a couple of beers and say, hey man, what was that all about? Why did he do this? Why did he do that? Why the season starts? Why is Partey playing right back? You don't think they're asking that question? Why is Thomas playing right back? What's that all about? Beat the light bulb. Go back. I went back the other day And I got some new audio sound bites for over on my channel that I'll be running next go round. Y'all enjoy them. But go back. I want you to go back and look at the light bulb ordeal that he had on the show. And look at the players. Just look at the players. Their faces, their mannerisms, body language. The players are looking like, what is he talking about? What is this manager? What's going on? And for a lot of these players, a lot of these players, they're gonna do an assessment at the end of the year internally, and they're gonna ask themselves, am I furthering my career here? Can I go elsewhere? Can I move somewhere where I can get something better? For players like Nketiah, they'll stay because it's for the money. He's not making that anywhere else he goes.
Right.
Anybody that turns down playing for Ghana, that's gonna guarantee you 100% you're gonna play. That tells me all I need to know about your behavior as a player. I just accept anything. It doesn't matter. I just want to, I'd rather sit on the bench playing for England than to go actually start and work on my craft and do something. And we let Balogun go for that. Who's scoring goals, by the way? And we're in the midst. We're in the midst of needing goals scored. Do people realize that we literally almost, when the last 20 games or 25 games, we literally have almost the identical record of Manchester United? Do people realize that? This goalkeeper situation is another situation. This was created by this manager.
Right.
He's made this Raya and all of this. This is his doing. TJ, we had a goalkeeper. We had Martinez. We had a goalkeeper.
Facts.
World Cup winning goalkeeper. Best goalkeeper in the World Cup. Shot stopper. Can demand the excellence. Look at Aston Villa's deficit. How many goals they give up this year? They don't give up that many goals. And here we are. We've got Ramsdale running around here. People are put him back in goal. What was he doing before he came out? People forget about that. Go look at that. Then the manager says instead of going out buying the top end stuff, he goes out, he gets Raya, creates this chaos when all he had to do was, if you want the best of the best, put the money down, buy the best of the best to eliminate that problem, bring him in. We're no better off than we were the year before last right now. We're the same team.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you to a point. I mean, I think and people are going to give me a lot of stick about this. Is I think that Raya, and a lot of people disagree, is a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale.
I agree.
I think statistically, I think a lot of people in the chat don't. Statistically, he was a top 3 goalkeeper in this league last season. I'm gonna keep going on that. And you know what? If that means we got to sell Aaron Ramsdale, sorry, I'm not attached. I'm just not. I'm very much only attached to the badge. That's right there. That's really all I care about. If it means selling for better, that's what it means, because I am dedicated to this club. I will be dedicated to this club while Bukayo Saka is here. I will be dedicated to this club when Bukayo Saka is gone. I will be dedicated to this club before I was dedicated to this club before Ramsdale was here. I will be dedicated when he's gone.
Yeah.
So get the best players in the best positions. That's all I care about. And so far, our talent ID, and I blame Edu for this, is in the tube. It's in the crapper.
We don't have any. Our scout team was decimated during COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume right now the scout team would have to be Stevie Wonder, because Stevie Wonder, Mo, Larry, Curly, because we're not getting the best of the best that Europe has to offer. We're not linked with big name players. Tony is about the closest thing we've had to big name linked with us in a long time. We're not linked with world class.
Mm-mm.
When
No
have you
world
heard
class.
Arsenal in world class in the last 15 years?
Mhm.
I'm
Facts.
talking world, not good players, world class. We're crying. This team is crying out for world class players. But Jez, shout out to Jez in the chat. Jez brought up a point last week. This manager does not want world class because world class would require him to adjust his man management. He doesn't want big name personalities. He wants yes men, coffee getters, and car washers. That's what he wants. He wants players that will bow down and kiss the ring. And this is why he keeps getting these over nice guys. Word on the street out here, him and Odegaard apparently had a falling out. And, you know, my thing is he needs to be sitting down anyway. He needs to be sitting down anyway. He needs to be thinking about it. I'm glad he's sitting down for 2 or 3 weeks. But once again, it shows you how the manager, he's this is a two-faced man. This man, he'll get what he wanted out and he'll turn his back on. He'll switch, he'll we call it step and fetch. Y'all know, step and fetch. And he'll turn his back on you when he's done with you. Look how he treated Emma Smith Rowe. Look at Emma Smith Rowe. Mm-hmm. He's ruined his career. He saved his career, but he's ruined his career. That's how he rewards you. Look at soccer. Look at the other night with soccer. Why was soccer on that pitch? We up 2-0, maybe 2 or 3 minutes left in the game. Why is he up? Why is he?
Because that's all he trusts, Matt. Sorry to interject, but
go ahead, bro.
Go, Dow. We haven't heard from you yet.
The thing is that he doesn't trust anyone but the starting 11. He doesn't trust the bench players, you know. And I've been saying this for a while, and many of you maybe object to this or not, but Arsenal's a stepping stone club. It's one of those clubs you go to as a young guy, you know, you get your 2 or 3 years there, and then you go on to bigger and better pastures. And that's what we've seen since we've built, you know, the Emirates Stadium for sure. We were a selling club. You know, Fabregas, Nasri, I mean, I don't need to go down the list, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think towards the time Chelsea and City were on, you know, the rise, especially Chelsea in 2010, City on the rise right around 2008, 2009, and so forth. You know, we were selling players to those clubs, you know, boosting them to get revenue to pay for a stadium. And at that time, and I still think that we're looking at players that, like I said, are kind of just Arsenal's another stepping stone in their career. I feel like Arsenal's never really been a place that someone wants to go to solidify their career and end there, right? Mm-hmm. I can't think, maybe there's some few players people can come up with in the chat. You know, I mean, Alexis Sanchez, huge Arsenal player. I think he was with us 5-6 seasons, maybe 5 seasons. And, you know, what does he want to do? He wants to piss off to United. Well, we all know how that ended up. And now look at him. He's in the doldrums of his career when he's like, could have stayed, you know what I mean? He could have had a 7, 8, 9-year career like I think Henry had. You know, we just don't buy those players anymore. And if we do, we invest in those players heavily, and then there's a complete downfall. You know what I mean? So I kind of see where the club is at a point right now where, yeah, we're buying 9-digit players like Rice that, like I've said before too, as well, that puts us in that category now of buying that. So that's shown the rest of the world that, hey, we are here to compete in the $100 million market. But at the same time, is this the last club Rice is going to be at? You know, is he going to finish Arsenal at 27, 28 years old?
Don't ask Jaminho that question. Jaminho's head just exploded.
You know, and then we look at Martinelli, who's very young, right? 21, 22 years old. 2 or 3 more years, is he going to be at Arsenal? You know, if Ivan Toney comes, is he really going to sign a 4-year contract? And if he has a great year, Arsenal, let's say we sign him in January and he goes on and scores 20 goals miraculously, you know, by summertime, you don't think other clubs are going to be sniffing around? I just feel like we've been a stepping stone club for so long, and it's been evident in our trophy haul. We are an FA Cup team. We haven't won the league in going on 21 years now.
Yep.
We've never, how many legends do we really have outside of our stadium? How many, like we've said before, how many world-class players can you go back in the annals of Arsenal and look and say, oh, yeah, that guy's world-class? Not many. So I think now what we're seeing is a culmination of that, because we have a manager now who's buying keepers to cause problems for no reason, right? Raya was not a requirement, right? A striker was. A winger was, and now we know with Thomas Partey a CDM is, and even with Jorginho we need a CDM. So I'm still back on my high horse of Arteta out. I have to be, as much as I was pleased last season, I was very distraught after the North London derby, and I think that's when I jumped the fence. TJ, we just can't go on with this inconsistency. It's either you keep going and pushing and see improvement, or you sort of just give in. And at times, I think Arteta kind of gives in and gives up, right? I think that if his plan A doesn't work, we know he has no plan B, and he sort of just puts his hands up in the air and blames refs. Bar the Newcastle game, he's done this before. The Newcastle rant isn't anything new.
That was just I guess I just remember this one because it was just so freaking egregious.
Yeah,
it was egregious.
Right, and it's like, if I'm Arteta, like you said before, the refs are going to make mistakes. VAR is going to make mistakes. But at the end of the day, you have to go out there and have a plan and be able to put the ball in the back of the net. That's priority number one, not worried about what the officials are doing or what they're not doing, right? I'm still going to go to my grave if the ball's out. I know people have showed the little spear shadow, whatever.
It's so it shouldn't, in my opinion, it shouldn't have been a factor in the match. It should not have been a factor.
Right. Especially have 6 players standing there watching it go out and no one's taking the proactive approach, chasing the ball down.
Yeah.
Right. So with that said, I think that we're just in a real limbo right now as a club. We don't really know which direction to go because we don't have a leader who can really lead. We don't have, top management and top brass that has a real big picture. And if they do, they need to let the fans know. We need to know as fans who invested thousands and thousands of dollars into this club over the years to know what direction we're heading. Because like Matt said before, we're like 3 or 4 steps forward and 8 steps back. And we do this every single freaking year. It's a project club. It's, why are we bringing a young Brazilian in and we're not going to go get, Gabigol or somebody, from Spain or somebody. I can't think of any names right now, but Rodrigo would be a nice little purchase right now. Why did we not $1 billion?
Why did we not really go in for Jota? Why did we really not go in for Isak? Why did we not go in for these players that were available at the time?
Right.
And we were just like, nah, never mind. No, we're going to focus on the youth.
And I don't think it's the money. I think it's the pitch. I think it's the actual sales pitch, TJ. Like we said, Edu's a donkey. You need someone who's experienced to go in there and say, this is the deal, this is the project, right? And this is the financial package you're going to get.
Yeah.
Right. And if Isak finds something better at Newcastle, we're going to take that all day. But we've always seen like we give our proposal, they say no, we just go, okay, and put our tail between our legs and walk away like a worthless dog sometimes. And that's just not how you can negotiate these days. We have the money. We have the money to spend. We've bought so much crap. And again, we've bought players that look at Arsenal as a stepping stone club. There's no, for some players, there's no real future at Arsenal.
No, I agree. I agree.
We have no proof behind it.
What were you going to say, Matt?
Well, I agree 100% with the goon. Because you look at Edu, and I've said this before, man. Edu, people, when we got Edu, I was just like, all right, it's cool he played for the club, but what legit experience does he have running the football club? Far as I know, he was basically the one that was concerned about making sure that the towels were out of the hotels, that they had the Gatorade on the bench, that they made sure they had the rooms clean at the hotel, the bus was coming on time, that they had the credentials to get into the stadium, coffee.
Basically like an event planner.
Yeah, he was an event planner, the shin guards. Everybody, they have the caps, the shirts. It was all in order. Did they have everything they needed? Was the goals there? Was everything correct before they arrived? That's all I know. I never heard him associated with bringing in top players. And also, it's no coincidence he was around Brazil when they got their ass whipped by Germany 7-0.
Yep.
He was tied into them then. This manager and this CEO of football or whatever the hell this title is, they both are inept. Sporting director. He's inept. And I've said this before. And I said this on my channel a couple weeks ago. Eddie Howe, people are running right here. Oh, Eddie Howe, how has he done it? Eddie Howe left Bournemouth, took time off, went to Spain, and he shadowed some of La Liga's best managers, one being the one that everybody says plays anti-football, Diego Simeone. And what did he learn? He learned the dark arts in how to run a club with less. Because Newcastle, by all intents, they had less when he first arrived. They were at the bottom of the table. They still found a way to make it to a cup final with no goalkeeper. They didn't have a goalkeeper. Remember that? They didn't even have to go eat because they all got hurt. And they still hung in the game. They were still in the game. And when it was time for us to get a manager and people threw out Eddie Howe, what did y'all hear? Folks who were turning their nose, oh no, we better than that. They turned their nose up. And I was saying to myself, how can you turn your nose up to a man that's brought Bournemouth from the bottom to the top and kept them there for the most part on a shoestring budget? And then this is why I did not want Arteta, because he does not have the experience. He doesn't have experience bringing in top players. He hadn't tried that. He hadn't been anywhere. He should have been down there in the championship, breaking in over Rangers, over at Celtic, getting himself acclimated, so that he could, at least accomplish, try something.
It's so funny, Matt. Sorry to interrupt, but the path.
No, go ahead, brother.
When Unai Emery got fired, the path for him to go to Everton was wide open. Yep. Wide open. And somehow they landed Carlo Ancelotti. Ain't
that crazy?
That is crazy.
It's crazy that Everton landed Carlo Ancelotti and Arteta ended up at our crazy club. I think, again, Matt, you hit the nail on the head. He's just not good enough. And here we are, fifth, going into season 5 with an FA Cup and a plate. I mean, any other real manager would be fired. Graham Potter got fired for less. Conte got fired. Well, that's Tottenham, so we can't even talk about those losers. Sorry, CQ.
Absolute losers.
Absolute, yeah. So, I mean, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, what's the difference? Still shit. So, for so long without, I mean, it's not even like, if Arteta had won a title, let's say he won the title last season, we would have still been struggling for that. You know what I mean? It still would have been as a clean win. And the fact is that if we did win the title, we only would have won it by 1 or 2 points. Unlike City, will probably win it by 8 or 9 this season, right? Yep. And so everything is just such a close margin with him. And I don't understand, number one, how we go from playing crap Newcastle to Sevilla, right? And it's a completely different style of play than what we did at Newcastle. So again, like Matt said, he's lost in the details of what he's trying to do. He doesn't understand some of the logical steps of managing a football club. It's just not in him yet. I truly think he's going to be a decent manager somewhere. Mmaybe for Athletic Bilbao.
Do you think what's his level? What's his level?
His level is mid-table Spanish clubs.
Real Betis.
Real Betis, I think he would do a decent. I mean, I think he has some attacking nous to him. I really do, because we saw some of that last season. The inverted stuff we don't always agree with, but when it works, it works. But he could, like Matt says, he needs to go bust his chops at a lower level club and then win some stuff, get your pedigree, get your CV and resume together, and then go for the Arsenal job. But the thing is that we were so tied up in him being an ex-player and he's worked with Pep and Man City and stuff. I mean,
it's the Lord.
Look at all the different managers that have come up. I mean, Mourinho was under Van Gaal for several years. Mourinho ran the Barcelona B team under Pep.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go. That's why I say a lot of football fans and new guys like yourself, TJ, who are relatively somewhat new, is that there's drama and stories behind all of this. This isn't just, it's a fucking soap opera.
No, it is. It's a soap opera.
European football is a fucking soap opera. So, and that's the thing. It's like, look at David Moyes, kicked out of Everton after he was there for 7 or 8 years, goes to Real Sociedad for a couple seasons, gets them up, I think, in 5th or 6th place, which is one of the highest they've been in La Liga for like a decade or something. And then he comes back, but at least he was able to explore that. And I always thought big up for David Moyes at, 50, almost 60 years old to go learn the craft of managing because it's a craft. Not everyone can do that job. You have to be a specific individual to do that job, right? And I just think Arteta he will, if he keeps going on, maybe it's a different club, he will get better. There's no doubt in my mind he will get better. But Arsenal is just not the place for him right now. And he's shown that with only one trophy haul in 4.5 seasons.
I don't even count that. I don't even count that trophy because that was by default.
The FA Cup, right? That wasn't really his squad, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't even.
Aubameyang won that. FA Cup,
right? When he wasn't playing left wide back or left winger, right? Because how many times do we see him hugging the touchline when it's like you're a center forward, you're a center striker. Why are you playing left wing?
Y'all remember when we had Lacazette and Aubameyang, we wouldn't play them together, and we came around like play them together, and they were like no. He's like nope.
We saw Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Pepe twice in that lineup.
Yeah, I mean
I was ready for that attacking three. I thought that'd be the best attacking three in the league at the time.
Yeah, that shows that in ineptitude of this man. He would probably fare well in somewhere in the Portuguese league. He fare well. Like Segunda B probably.
Osasuna.
Yeah, I mean over at Grasshopper. Over in the Swedish league. Over there in the Netherlands, places like that. He fare well. Hell, he might even do fairly decent at Ajax. Not being, all jokes aside, he probably would fare well.
If their fans don't burn down the Cruyff Arena first, yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be up his alley because he'd have a youth to work with, and it would give him a foundation that they tend to usually Wigan. They use
That's a good one.
Blackpool.
You wouldn't be able to understand what they're talking about there, ER.
But
you would understand that Wigan accent, bro.
Lawns, yeah, exactly. Lawns. It's like I said a couple weeks ago. He should have been on the other side when we played them. He should have been the manager over there. Yeah, it was more his level.
Perfect fit. He can build players there all day long, and that's what I want to get to too, TJ and Matt, as well. I've said it a million times. This is not the fucking season, excuse my French, to be building up players. Let's bleed in a new goalkeeper. Like, that's such a dumb idea. Like, let's bring in Havertz, who I know is complete crap, and we'll turn him around and make him a gem. I'm done with that bullshit, bro. We need titles, not players who may become good in 2 or 3 seasons. I'm done with that, and that's a major reason why I want him out, because of that mentality right there. I don't mind managers bleeding in newer, younger players. I get that, but we're at a crossroads right now as a club to which direction we want to go. Are we going to be, like you said, the stepping stone club some more? Or are we going to go, put the hat on backwards and win some fucking titles? I don't know. There's no identity right now for us, I think.
I feel like our identity right now is just we have a very strong defense and we are blunt. We are a pillow on offense. There is nothing about our offense that scares anybody.
It's not
nobody because if you're as long as you're locking down Saka, who's half injured anyway, and you're locking down Martinelli, like there's no threat, there's no attacking threat.
Right.
You think that we're gonna walk in to Newcastle with freaking Kai Havertz, the German Lurch, and we're gonna go in the German Frankenstein, and we're gonna go in there and intimidate anybody? Like,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, people have to be looking at us. Serious teams have to be looking at us. I'm not talking about Burnley. I'm not talking about Southampton. I'm talking about the Newcastles. I'm talking about Aston Villa. I'm talking about Liverpool. Like, these guys aren't scared. They're not scared of us. It's and that's the thing that, like, a lot of people paint us negative for being, oh, well, look how much Arteta has improved the team, and he has improved some aspects of the team. He has. You have to admit. I will admit that, and I think anybody with two eyes can admit that. But the fact that it has not yielded anything, that is the frustration. That's where the frustration comes from. At least for me personally. I don't want to speak for either of you two legends, but that's what really frustrates me as a fan. Obviously, I'm an international. We're all three of us are international fans. We love this club just as much as anybody else across the pond. But at the same time, it's just like, look, at what point, and I asked Flawless this, and I asked, who else did I ask? I asked Judge Mo this too. Go back and watch those shows. Go subscribe to Sarcasm City TV and Judge Mo if you haven't already. At what point, because Judge Mo was defending Arteta and what Arteta has done for the club, which he has done. Arsenal fan or is he a United fan? He's a Milan fan. He is completely neutral.
Gotcha.
But he was bigging up what Arteta has done for the club, and there are certain things that Arteta has done for the club that's very positive. But at what point? And I know you two are far beyond this point, but I'm asking the ether.
Sure.
At what point do we stop giving room? At what point do we say, you know what, that's enough? I'm at that point. This season is it for me. Well, you don't win anything, you're done.
Right.
You're done.
There's answers to that, and we've talked about that in previous shows. I've talked about that with Tony Claude as well, or even Lee and Johnny Minerals were talking the other day about when do the fans start to turn, right? Is it going to take the fans to turn on them? Most people, I think, have agreed to that. That's really going to take a fan exodus and fans turning on him to call it good. For me, it's how we do at this point, since I know I'm about 99.9% sure we're not going to lift the title this season. Man City are going to do it again.
No, nobody's winning. Right? Nobody's winning the title.
Which leads me to the Champions League. If we drop out in the next, in the round of 16, then that's everything. That's nothing but a copy of what Wenger's done for the last 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 years. So there's really no identical difference then between Wenger and Arteta of what they've done. It's just a continuation of what Wenger's left. And the problem is that's the problem. That's the major problem is, again, the coddling we have of players, the way we treat players, the way we keep players like El Neni and Cedric. You don't think we're stunning we're keeping their careers in the dust, even though they're collecting a nice paycheck. The fact of the matter is their careers are absolutely finished.
No, they're done.
Out of Arsenal, right? So we've really, again, like Matt said, we've really just digressed. There's no, if we get knocked out of the Champions League, there's nothing else to fight for but FA Cup. And if we get knocked out of that, holy shit.
We're going to be out of the FA Cup before we're out of the Champions League. If things are going to go really down, if things are going to go downhill.
Yes, TJ, is that we finished top of the group, right? So we're going to get a top placement.
Yeah.
Where it's a top team. It could be Madrid, Inter Milan, Barcelona. It could be, I think, one of those teams, right? Bayern Munich, God forbid if it's Bayern Munich. Could you imagine the luck?
No, dude, I don't want to see Harry Kane anywhere near the Emirates. I don't want to see him anywhere near the Emirates.
I know Harry Kane's a monster now. He's painted himself in a corner. So you dropping the Carabao Cup was a big mistake. To me, the West Ham game at that point in time was the biggest game of the season, right? That was really to progress us somewhere, right? And so the loss to Lens, we all some people called that. I think we were due for a butt kicking maybe that day. We just didn't play well. But if we don't get anywhere through the Champions League, I think that right there is a reason to fire him. But the problem is, TJ, I don't think this ownership group and management group would know who the hell to even bring in.
No, they wouldn't.
That's why I think that the Kroenkes and Arteta are so closely linked that he's guiding the Kroenkes through a lot of this.
Let me tell you something. OG.
Hold on before you do that, Matt. Hold on before you do that, Matt. I gotta call out a super chat here. We got a super chat in from Elias. Big up Elias every single time. He says, "Big up TJ in the game. Arteta is a fraud. He won't get you guys anything. Anybody who thinks otherwise is absolutely deluded." And that is coming from a Spurs fan.
Let me
Big
tell
up
you.
Elias.
Shout out to Elias. Let me tell you something, and y'all know this. If it's one thing we all three of us know for a fact, when it comes to that money,
Right.
when it comes to the bottom line, at some point they're going to start looking. Why? How we spend $1 billion?
See, bro,
It's
I don't
crazy.
think that's even on their radar.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, it is. Oh yes, it is.
Okay.
I told you, y'all can look at just like here in the States. We can look at them damn Rams.
Yeah, but the Cronkies, I think there's a part of them that knows they need to do that. Like it's not shocking to them, I don't think. But I don't know, dude.
TJ, I have a firm belief that there are certain times when the ownership they're looking, they're just not saying anything because they were embarrassed. You got to think about this. They were embarrassed last year. I'm looking at NBA basketball games with Arteta out signs in the club out there in the game. You don't think that they noticed this? I'm seeing NFL games. You see maybe a fan of one or two fans there with a Arteta out sign.
Because
They know that they know this year. It's like TJ said, if he does not come with something, I mean something. I'm not talking about the dinner plate. Where
That
I'm gonna
doesn't count.
that soon. I'm gonna have a meme for that soon. Y'all just wait.
You're talking a trophy of the one with the big ears.
We're talking about big trophies.
Trophies with handles on it would be good.
Yes. Or if Tottenham finish above us, or dare I say, make it to a final in the FA Cup or something. So I mean, at this stage, Arteta is on this. Look at him last week. Let's just look at last week. Let's just go to last week. Let's go to that press conference. That press conference last week was a desperate man. That was a desperate man. He knew we got embarrassed. This was two games running, embarrassed. What did he do? He went to the referee. We know he runs the club. Shout out again to Jess. We know he's the man in charge. The big wheel. He's the Cadillac. He's calling the shots over there. So what did the club do? We're going to back him.
Yep.
When have you ever seen Arsenal? I have seen some monumental calls against Arsenal growing up as a kid. Howard Webb, anybody? Phil Dowd. I can call him out.
Phil Dowd.
Phil Dowd. I've seen monumental calls.
Phil Dowd.
What about Barcelona? Robin Van Persie.
Horrible.
When does the club ever come out?
Criminal.
When does the club ever come out and back the manager on something like that?
Big up, Mike.
So we know who did that last week. And then did you see what they did the day after that? They come out and they say, "Oh, that was racism." Now I'm gonna get completely against it. But where was wait a minute. We're gonna divert. We're gonna play thorough rock and get everybody to look that way while this is going on. That reeks of desperation. This manager, this administration, you got my man Vinay. He's bailed the ship. He's out of here. So you know something stinks in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Something stinks. Saka didn't sign a mega long deal. He signed one just an extension. It was basically like a couple years extension. And we're gonna be right back at this again at the end of next year.
Because he's waiting for the Pepper Clop phone call, bro.
No, there you go, OG.
He's waiting for that. He's waiting for Real Madrid. He's waiting for Barcelona when they come good again.
He's got a long way to wait for Madrid because Rodrigo is absolutely.
I know,
fired.
but I'm just saying he's waiting for a giant to come after him and then he'll go.
Yeah, he's
like
out.
if we're not winning anything, guys, like let's be real. Let's be real. But let's be real. Like, these guys are here to win and advance their own careers.
If your woman ain't treating you good, why are you still there? If your woman ain't treating you good, why are you still there? If you ain't treating your woman good, why is she still there? So it's no different with these players. So why do you think if we're not doing what we need to do as a club, why in the hell would you sit there and waste your career when you got clubs all over the place that's winning, that's challenging, that's income, that's somewhere near doing something.
Some of these clubs aren't after these players. What club is after El Neni? What club is after Cedric?
I mean, brother, let's not forget. Hey, OG, don't forget. We sent El Nene over to the Turkish league. They sent him back, return to sender.
They did.
Return to sender. How many of our players go out on loan, return to sender? No, broken, can't use, refund. Look at Pepe. We could 72 million, couldn't get a dime for him.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a dime. And then when we have opportunities to get players, we have opportunity to sell Eddie Nketiah for a king's ransom. And what do? No, we gonna hold on to him. We had opportunity to sell players, top players, out of here.
Then we give them a king's ransom.
Yeah, give them
a number 14 shirt.
Yeah. But then we're going down there to the Chelsea clearance sale, Black Friday sale at Chelsea, over and over and over, over and over and over. Let me bring it to y'all. I'm gonna bring it to y'all this way. We go out, we give them Ashley Cole, we get Gallas, we make Gallas a captain. Where did you see any Arsenal player who is going to Chelsea in some form become the captain of their team? Where have you seen that at? Because I have not seen it. Why do we get Chelsea players? We get them on the back end of their careers. We don't get the best Chelsea players. And then when we do get Chelsea players, we laud them and we raise them up to the highest level. Jorginho was the captain of my damn football club the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
When the player OG and TJ, we paid $100 million for, was the captain at West Ham, comes over. He looks like he should be the captain of Arsenal Football Club. Meanwhile, the real the captain that was made the man by Arteta is, you see, turn around, Rick. I want y'all to turn around. What do y'all see behind y'all? Just turn around. What do you see behind you? What do you see? Do you see anything?
I see that flag.
I see that.
Well, do you see anything? Is there anything there outside of that? Do you see anything? No, nothing. That's nothing, because Odegaard is nowhere to be found. He's nowhere to be found. You can't see him. You can't see him. You can't see him.
You can't see me.
Never give up.
And we have that man and the other fool as the manager of that manager, but the captain of this football club. And when he went off the pitch, and Nketiah put the damn thing on. You can't make this shit up.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
You can't make this up.
If you don't laugh, you cry.
Yeah, you have to laugh to go stop from going insane.
Tears.
It's mind numbing when you look at how far from grace we have fallen. We're on almost 20 plus years being removed from Highbury. I remember it like it was yesterday. We knocked it down, put up apartments, put up flats for what we're going through now. Hadn't won a major trophy since we got over there. Then that's not knocking the FA Cup at all, but I'm talking Europe. They said we knocked that stadium down to compete with the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Juventus, the big squads, and here we are still sitting there, still fumbling and bumbling. That was almost 20 plus years ago.
Maddie, we broke that down and we started buying from the Honda dealership instead of the Ferrari dealership, bro. That's the problem. The money what you're saying is 1,000% right. But the money we were investing in that stadium, we couldn't buy the expensive players, right? that City and Bayern Munich and Madrid were able to do. And that's what I've said before. When you go shopping for a car and you go buy a Yugo for $15,000, you're going to get $2,000 back out of it. You go buy a Ferrari for $100,000, you might get 75 or 80 grand out of it. You know what I mean? Same thing goes for players. When you buy crap, you get crap in return. It's that simple.
Yeah.
We've bought so much crap because we were a selling club for so long, trying to pay for a stadium that we've won nothing in, basically. And, here we are left over with a bunch of used, broke down cars.
$700 million has been spent on this squad since this manager has taken in the reins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 700 million. 700 million. And this is what we get. We get a team that botched a title run last year when it counted because the manager is inept and does not know how to manage. And this is something he struggled. That's my biggest thing with him. He doesn't know how to manage his players. He still don't even know his best 11. And like I told Jess yesterday, he'd still be playing Partey right back if he didn't get hurt beginning of the year. He didn't try that. What was that at in the summer? Where was that at? As Jess said, what was that at in the summer? Where did we see that at? That's when you try all this crazy stuff. Where did you see that? Nowhere. What else did they tell y'all in the summer? TJ, remember I told you I called TJ. He remember
you called me when I was stuck in traffic on the way home from the dentist.
And I told TJ, I said, TJ, don't buy into this stuff you see. Don't buy into this. Don't buy into this United going to watch them play and they turn it up here in the States. Don't buy it until you see what they do in the regular season. And what do you see? Same shit that we saw at the end of last season. All it is now is we're skating by. Tottenham's flail last week. I mean, people are laughing at that. I didn't see anything funny. Because for me, I saw a team that was down to 9 men that was causing a lot of hell there for the longest. Before they finally bended it and broke down. And you got that. And you got Chelsea fans running around like they've done something. I'm in Jackson, 9 men. 9 men.
9 men.
Yeah, 9 men. We are in major trouble. Look at that fixtures that we got in December. Look at what we have coming down the pipe in December. Look at the fixtures we have that coming down the pipe. Everybody's looking at everybody. Oh man, yeah. We have hell on wheels coming very soon. Look at the fixtures towards the back end of the season. If we're in a title race, look at that. People, we need to be out running to the transfer window day one. You two, day one. We should have the signing soon as January 1 hit. January 2, they hold up the kit, ready to go. Knowing our love.
For people asking at home, I'm gonna just go ahead and list them off real quick. Got Wolves at home. Luton away, Aston Villa away, PSV away, Brighton at home, Liverpool away, West Ham at home, and on New Year's Eve we have Fulham away, which we've proven very, very well that we can handle Fulham.
Look at our away form, how bad we look away from home this year.
We started off really well too. That's the thing, is we started off really, really well away. But I don't have any faith that we go into Anfield and get a result. I'm sorry. I don't want to be that negative guy. I don't see us going into Anfield and challenging like we did last
TJ,
year.
Look at last year, bro. If any year to challenge and go in and put a statement or put the flag in the ground, that would have been last year.
Facts.
And what did we do? Later third. We went right over there and later third. And it cost us our season.
Yep. And by the way, the people asking if we miss Granit Xhaka yet, the answer is still no.
No. The only reason why we're asking for Granit Xhaka is because those two are that bad.
Yeah.
They're that bad. Let's not forget, everybody's on this. It was standing on ceremony. He had 1 good year out of 7. Yep. He had 1 good year out of 6.
Stop bringing up Granit Xhaka in my chat.
No. I don't miss Granit Xhaka. No. I'd take the Nielsen before I have to go through that mess again. Our standards have been so low. It's just been so low at this football club. Just lower to where we take anything. We just take anything. And until the super fan and the tryhards, like the one y'all saw earlier, the tryhards, the delusional ones, until they decide that they want to wake up, what is going to happen? It's just going to be too late. By the time they wake up, it'll be too late. They realize the fish has not been fried and all that stuff, and what's beneath them, the cups that's beneath them, they realize we're not in anything. And then that's when they'll start whining and moaning about, well, this manager's got to he's got to get something this year, doesn't he? Doesn't he have to get something this year? And by that time, it's too late. It's just like OG said, I'm 99.7% sure we're not winning the title this year.
Yeah.
Unless something catastrophic happens over at City. And even if it did, brothers, there's still Liverpool you got to deal with, and then you still got other folks. And then you also have to remember you got that one team that we hadn't seen yet, but there's always one team that's going to come out of nowhere and go on some crazy run, and it's going to make it hard for everybody.
I'm still thinking it's Aston Villa.
I agree. I think Unai Emery is probably going to tighten up a few things, and it's going to get really tough coming down the stretch with them.
I'm telling you right now that, especially because Tottenham is falling off. And by the way, we told you it was going to happen. We told you. We aren't Nostradamus, by the way. We knew this was going to happen. They are going to fall off. They're going to fall out. They're going to fall out. I'm not going to say where they're going to land, but they're going to fall out. And I still think that Aston Villa, with that goalkeeper and that manager and that squad that they have, that are they aren't all world beaters. Let's be real. They aren't all world beaters over there. But they have a very class manager, and they have the best goalkeeper in the world, according to critics. So that's my guess. So okay, so guys, we got to wrap this up soon, just because we got to get to predictions, and I have to take my wife out on a date here in about an hour. So final thoughts. Yeah, absolutely, Mrs. Warren. We get to hang out outside the house. It's kind of weird. Final thoughts on Mikel Arteta. Give him a grade so far for this season. I want a grade from F to A. What do you guys think? What would you give Mikel Arteta so far for his performances? We set our Arteta report card. Give him a grade, and then we'll go into the predictions. We'll start with Dow.
Well, my report card is, I think he's definitely got a D. I don't think he's completely failed, right? I think that I agree with what you said earlier, TJ. There has been, some positive things he's done with the club, with pretty much galvanizing some of the fan base. Trying to fix some of the ills that were happening at the end of Wenger's regime. But with that said, I think the progress is there as well. But there's just no evidence of progress, right? I think it's there, but it's for the players to prove that there's progress. And, as much as we slam Arteta, there's still players that just aren't, cutting the mustard, that just aren't flat out good enough. And part of the reason why I'm giving him a D as well is because he's trying to get something out of nothing, and it's to the detriment of the club. So, with all that we've gained, it was basically an FA Cup and a plate, a D. I think a D? Yeah, a D. I think a solid D.
Okay. All right. Put your grades in the chat too, by the way. I'm seeing a lot of negative 10,000s and Fs. Make sure that you're commenting, sharing, and subscribing. People who got 27 likes. Get us up to 30 likes before the end of the stream, guys. 30 likes before the end of the stream. Of course, big up Carl Rossi, the best French Irishman we know, the best looking one too. Let's be honest. All right, yeah, dude, he's afraid of going on camera. Matt, what is your grade? Can't wait.
Withdraw from class.
He's going on to a head start. Yeah, college classes early.
Yeah. He needs to go ahead and get out while he can, because he's on his way to that F. He needs to get out real quick. Right now he's a NC.
Not completed.
Not complete. He needs to come see me, he needs to come see me at the end of the semester. And we need to talk about that. He needs to get some makeup work.
This is a progress report, Matt. What's he got?
Progress report. You're sending it to his parents.
Yeah, he needs to send this. I'm sending him home with some signed papers.
But you don't have a letter grade for him right now?
Yeah, I got a letter grade for him. I got a D as well. I'm with you, a D. He's borderline F. He's right there. He's right there at a 70, right on the dot. He's right on what is it? 70 is what a D. Is that a C now? I'm so damn old.
To a D minus, you could say 65 and
60. Yeah. He's right there. He's there. He's right there. 63. He's about where he's at. 63.
All right.
He's in bad shape, man. Let me tell you. I'll say this, and I know we can wrap up. I'll say this transfer window coming up would define the rest of his season. I think this is going to be the end of his season and his career is going to be defined in January.
Do you guys think? Let me ask you two guys a question. Do you think we loan out Havertz this January?
Hell no.
He's gonna make that work.
He's riding this thing into the ground.
Yeah, he's gonna make that work. If we had Chelsea's players that not Chelsea's player, but Chelsea's whoever does their transfers, we'd be okay because we could, they know how to move anything. Yeah, they know how to move anything. But under us now, we're probably at worst. If we did anything, it would be a loan. If we did anything, it would be a loan. Nobody's paying for that.
Yeah.
No, and the more he plays Havertz, the harder it is going to be for us to move it.
Right.
Yeah. No, and I said this. I said this on Sarcasm City. I said this when we got Havertz in to begin with. I said that this is going to make or break Arteta's career at Arsenal. Is this signing, because it was so outlandish and it was so out of left field and so unnecessary that you thought like he had to be like, you know what? Yeah, Kai Havertz. You do not sign Kai Havertz, 7 goals and 30 appearances from Chelsea, playing in the center forward position, and say, okay, yeah, no, I'm not taking a risk here. And a team that should be title challengers.
Right.
I said it. It's going to be a black mark. It's going to be a black mark. So my grade is also incomplete, but right now I give him a C-, below average, slightly below average. We have to keep in mind that the results have not been that bad, but at the same time, the boat is sinking, gentlemen. The boat is sinking, and we have to start patching these holes up, and it's not looking good. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, let's get into the predictions real quick this week. Let's rapid fire them off real quick. Obviously, put them in the chat if you guys would like to. If you want me to put you on the spreadsheet for next week, the infamous spreadsheet, put your score predictions in the comments. I'm talking to you, Jaminho. Put them in the comments after the video has ended, and I will add you to the spreadsheet. So we have to do an autopsy here, Dow.
Yeah.
We have to do an exhumation on whatever that was last week. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't good. I'll say that for free. Let me see if this custom layout will work. Yeah, this will work a little bit. No, it's too small. Let's go back. Okay, yeah, no, it works. It's fine.
Please don't.
I'm gonna highlight this. I didn't even. Why bother counting it up?
Yeah.
Why bother counting it up? I'm just gonna go ahead and go here.
Oh no! We suck again.
We were terrible.
I would have won. I got 3.
Dow coming in first with 3 points. John Sinclair, Newcastle fan.
2 points.
Subscribe to him. 2 points. And me and Connor with the worst performances ever. Okay, not ever, because week two of last season, or the week 2 of the American NHL last season, Steve Strasburg got all of them wrong. But this is the second worst ever. So me and Connor deserve
Shout out Oregon Goon. What a legend that guy
big
is.
up Oregon Goon. Oregon Goon. That was
My
this
first
is the most shameful. No, shameful victories I've ever
Shameful?
seen in my life.
It's an object of beauty. I don't know what you're talking about.
That was so bad. Yeah, no one will ever beat the
Sure.
Strasburg Steve disaster class. No, it was
Just-
that will go down in history because the rest of us got like 6s and 5s. Like he got
You got like a
zero.
one.
Not
Zero.
one. All right, so let's go through these real quick. We'll
Thank you,
start
Jimmy.
with Connor's out this week, by the way, because he's living his life. So we'll go ahead and delete him. But Matt, what do you got for Spurs Wolves? Spurs visiting Wolves.
Spurs win that game 2-1.
Oh, okay. All right. Even with all their injuries.
Yeah, they're 2-1. Son is still playing, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So that's still an opportunity there.
All right.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Wolves.
2-1 Wolves. All right. I'm going 1-0 Wolves. I think Spurs are done. I think Spurs are done out here. I think they are going to run into a lot of problems over the next couple of weeks, especially with Man City knocking at the door very soon. I'm going to be front row for that one. Hey, maybe we should do a watch along on this channel for that
That'd
one.
be fun. Man United and Spurs City watch along.
Yep, little Spurs City watch along here.
Like a
Yeah.
light blue shirt.
Luton Town visiting Man United. Now this is going to be closer than it should be. What do you got, Matt?
Well, I have 1-1.
1-1, a draw. Does Ten Hag survive that?
Ooh.
No, I think he'll be gone by the end of the week.
Oh,
If he
alright.
drops this, I think he'll be out of there this week.
All right. Fair enough, Dal.
I'm gonna go 2-0 United. Ten Hag's gonna hang on by a thread.
I'm going.
Luton are terrible. Come on, guys.
Yeah, they are bad. I mean, but they were able to sneak it out against Liverpool.
Yeah, but that was.
I'm going
just a
2-1.
disaster.
I'm going 2-1 man. I'm going 2-1 Man United. And if they lose this game, this is the last time I'm calling them for a win. Last time, because they did me dirty last week too. Let's go Burnley visiting Arsenal. Maddie.
Arsenal. 1-0.
1-0 Arsenal. Okay. I'll take it. Give me the 3 points. I don't care how shameless it is. What do you got, Dow?
3-0 Arsenal.
I want to say 3. I think I told Jay to say 3, but my gut's telling me 1-0. We're gonna make this harder than what it needs to be.
Yeah, especially if Odegaard's going to be out. I mean, we're at home. I was talking on Flawless's channel last night that we should win 4-0 if we're at home. But the more that I think about it, I'm going 2-0, just because we've just looked toothless in attack. I don't think Burnley score though. We're too good. We're too good defensively, I think, for Burnley to score. In my opinion, Company is in a lot of trouble over there. That's all I'm saying. Everton visiting Crystal Palace. Now, this is more interesting than I think it should be.
That's a good game.
Yeah, that is a good game. What do you got, Maddie?
Let me see. That's a tricky one. That's going to be. We're going to take Palace. I'm going to go 2-1.
2-1 Palace.
Mhm.
I don't know if Odegaard is back, by the way. I don't know about that. I've not seen anything about that. So I cannot confirm nor deny. What do you got, Dow?
That's got 2-2 written all over it.
Selhurst Park, Everton. I mean, Everton. You gotta give it to Sean Dyche though, because a lot of people were picking them for relegation, and I think they're definitely going to survive.
Yeah.
So, and at least they're going to be able to play Premier League football in that nice new stadium. I'm going to go 1-1 draw on that one. I agree with you. On this one, Jaminho. With or without Odegaard, we should absolutely stuff them. No, they're terrible. They're terrible. One of the worst teams in the league. And if Sheffield hadn't shithoused the win, then I think they would probably be the worst team in the league. Newcastle visiting Bournemouth.
Newcastle win 2-0.
2-0. Dow.
At Bournemouth? Yeah, I'm going to say 4-0 Newcastle.
I'm going
4-1. 4-1. Let's do 4-1.
4-1. 4-1. You think Bournemouth score?
Yeah, they can get a bowler. Justin Kleibert's not a bad player. They could get a penalty or something.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0 Newcastle. I don't think it's going to be much of a contest. Fulham visiting Aston Villa.
Fulham,
Aston Villa got upset last week.
They did.
They'll be back on it this week. I'm going to take Villa 3-1.
Doubt.
They're going to be back. Is that Villa? I think I'm going to go 2-0.
I'm going to go 4-1 Villa. They're going to be angry. They're going to be angry, and Fulham are just kind of limping along and away at Aston Villa. No,
there's not much difference between Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Tottenham, huh, TJ?
No, there isn't. Not anymore. It really isn't. Sheffield United visiting Brighton.
Brighton 3-1.
3-1 Brighton. Dow.
Brighton 3-0. Evan Ferguson, man,
he can cook, man.
Come on into Arsenal, son.
Yeah, he's welcome at Arsenal anytime he wants. I'm going 3-0 Brighton, Hove Albion too. Nottingham Forest, Yetis, Nottingham Forest, who stunned Aston Villa last weekend.
Fantastic match.
Congratulations again to Yeti. They're visiting the London Stadium this weekend. What do you got?
Oh, brother Steve Cooper. Steve Cooper's going to have them dusted enough for West Ham, so I'm going to go West Ham. I'm going to take West Ham on this. I'm going to go. No, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm sorry. I'm going to take a draw on this. This has draw written all over it.
It does.
This got draw written all over it. Yeti, I love you, brother, but this has the draw written all over it, man. I just the only way that Forrest to win this, man, is if he has Forrest high enough.
Mm-hmm. What do you got for the score?
For the score, I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2. Desmond.
2-2. That should be a fun game to watch, though. That should probably.
It'll be good. No, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Drew says 7-1.
Is that the new game tomorrow? Oh no, Chelsea, man. Or is that the new game with Chelsea?
I think that's a Sunday. I'm pretty sure that's a Sunday.
Guys, Yeti's gonna make his kill list.
Blood missile.
I'm gonna say 3-2 for my man Yeti. That's gonna be a battle.
3-2
I think.
Forest?
3-2 Forest.
Yeah, I'm going 2-0 West Ham.
I hope that game has goals in it because I do like watching both those teams. Actually, I like watching Jared Bowen. I rate Jared Bowen. I'm sorry.
I love watching Jared. I really like Jared Bowen a lot.
They've got good players.
Yep. No, absolutely. No, Jared Bowen's a baller. Absolute baller. Yeah. All right. Brentford visiting Liverpool. This is going to be fun.
Pants. Brentford are shit, dude. Go on, Maddie. What do you got, dude? Don't lose your life over football predictions.
Liverpool, Brentford. Oh man, that's gonna be. Whew.
That's a walk in the park.
I'm gonna go 5, maybe. Yeah, 5. I'd say 5-1.
Brentford are terrible,
5-1.
Yeah, 5-1. I mean they're going to chew Brentford up for dinner tomorrow.
Good. Sorry, Mr. B.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry to any of the Brentford.
I gotta go 4-0 Liverpool. I don't think Brentford are gonna get a sniff. There's no
Liverpool just lost to Toulouse.
They did.
Hilarious name. And they drew to Luton. They are gonna be so angry.
Yeah.
They are gonna be, and if you don't think Klopp is not absolutely lighting a fire under these guys, they are just like Brentford is about to be sacrificed. I'm going with Matt with the 5-1. I'm going with Matt with the 5-1. They are about to be absolutely sacrificed.
Yeah.
Big up my guy Hugo, by the way. Big up my guy Hugo every single time. Hugo has been in the chat on pretty much every single stream I've been on this week, and he's absolutely back the game. So big up Hugo.
Yeah, he's a real one.
Big up everybody in the chat, by the way. Make sure you're smashing the likes. And now the game of the weekend. Man City visiting Stamford Bridge. Woo!
This is, I think, a little more trickier than people think.
I don't think it's going to be tricky at all. Go ahead, Matt.
2-0 to City.
2-0 City.
That's it.
Yeah, it's 2-0.
Yeah.
They'll make it efficient.
All right. All righty. Dow, what do you got?
We all know it depends if Chelsea come out and play. And if Man City get a couple of red cards, I doubt they're going to put 8 outfield players all like hands across America holding hands. Remember that? What was that game, TJ? Red Rover, where you hold hands?
Red Rover.
And
I thought you were going like we are. I thought you were going like the We Are the World thing, but go ahead.
We Are the World shit or something. I'll never forget that Spurs game.
Ever.
I gotta go 3. I'm gonna 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. Chelsea do have the mystic arts sometimes of scoring a goal when least expected.
Yeah, I'm going with my guy Yeti here, so he doesn't launch a Scud missile towards my house. I'm going 4-0, Man City. Nicholas Jackson isn't getting a sniff.
Yeah, true.
He's not. No, he's going to be 6 feet under like Michael Jackson. Like this guy is done. He is not going to get. He's not scoring against these guys. He's not.
14 shots on goal against Spurs and made 3. Something like that.
And there were tap-ins. It was probably. I can agree with what a lot of people are saying, and that was the worst hat trick I've ever seen.
It was pretty bad.
Ever.
Pretty bad, yeah.
But yeah, we could still laugh at Spurs because of it. All right, guys, that was our match predictions. We're going to go ahead and close it out. Thank you guys so much for joining American Idiots again. We got episode 36 in the bag, baby, in the bag. Let's go ahead and shout out our guest again, Matt. Anytime we can get you on, Matt, is an absolute treat, man. You've been an absolute legend. You've been a supporter of mine.
Appreciate y'all reaching out
since we started this. So shout out your channel again, man. Everybody knows who you are, but shout it out again and let everybody know where your shows are going to be and what you're doing this week.
You all can follow me here at the Southern Laguna on YouTube. And tomorrow I'll be on with Lee and Ola. And I'll be doing the fan cam and, of course, the player ratings. And also next Tuesday, I'll be with Jez and Kenny. And also, I think probably either Monday. It's probably gonna be Monday. I'll probably be doing a 2 henchmen with brother Tony Claude. I was supposed to do Sunday, but I won't be in town Sunday, so we'll probably be doing it Monday.
All right. Big up Matt every single time. Go and subscribe.
It's all. I still love you, Yete. I still love you, man. Still love you, bro. Still love, man. What's the love?
He's taking his death list.
I didn't give y'all a loss.
I gave you a loss.
I did. 3-2, bro. I got you.
Yeah, big up Drew Gunners every single time, my friend. Big up. Dow, shout yourself out, my man. I saw you streaming a little bit last night too.
Yeah, I see a little bit of FIFA, playing some FIFA and all that stuff. I'm starting to get into FC24 a little bit more. I finally got my tactical view and my settings all set, whatever the hell that shit is. But anyway, yeah, thanks again, TJ. Great show today, episode 36. So to me, that's a big number, isn't it? I mean, my God,
it's a huge number, man.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's been what a ride. But shout out to every single one of you in the chat. If it's not for you guys, we're not here. So I appreciate every one of you, even C Cubed. I know it's just an allergy she's got, but you know, take medicine for it, C Cubed. And the Spurs allergy usually gets itself out of the body. In the bathroom. Sorry, I don't want to be too graphic. Anyway, with that said, catch an Oregon Goon on YouTube, Infamous Doubt, IG, big up Yeti. I got your back, buddy. 3-2. Sometimes Matt just gets delirious when the pressure's on, so you gotta forgive him for that. Shout out this guy. I can't. Sorry. Anyway,
okay.
nothing else going on, TJ. I just will be seeing you, I think, for the reaction show tomorrow. Possibly.
Yeah, reaction show tomorrow, right straight after the match. We will be going live to discuss Arsenal Burnley, which should be a walk in the park, but you know how this team makes things difficult.
Yeah.
We'll see what kind of day and what kind of weekend I'm going to have the rest of the weekend.
I got to get up at 6:45 in the morning to watch it.
Can't wait. Yeah, I know exactly. Oh yeah,
so
no,
anyway,
I'm shaking my head. I'm shaking my head too, and I get 2 more hours.
Yeah. So it's it's all good, and nobody lives rent free in my head. Nobody.
Yeah, facts.
Anyway, good seeing everybody. Thanks again, TJ. Fun
Absolutely, thank you. Big up the chat, of course. Big up Connor. He couldn't be here tonight because he's living his life. But big up CMO every single time. Make sure that you are following him on Instagram if you have not already. You can find me here at TJ Warren TV. Make sure that you smash the like, smash the subs if you are new. We are on the road. I think we're 11 subs from 600. So get us to 600 this weekend. That is the goal, is to get to 600 this weekend. You can find me tomorrow during the match reaction. You can find me on Sunday evening on It's LB. He was recently live. I think he was live with Goonie today, and he was live with Lee yesterday. So go and check out It's LB. I will be on there tomorrow night, Sunday night, reviewing the matches from the weekend. And then you can find me obviously on Staffy TV for the American Waffle Show on Monday evening. I believe that is, I think it's 1 a.m. UK on Tuesday. And then catch me on Sarcasm City TV. Again, go back and watch our show with Flawless last week. It was yesterday. It was absolutely incredible. Great show with my guy Flawless on Sarcasm City TV for the Arsenal and Man United podcast. So until tomorrow, people, come on, you Gunners. No matter what, we stand behind that badge. We'll see you tomorrow.